Welcome to this week's Supply Chain Update, brought to you by Phoenix International. Space constraints continue to impact U.S. import routes from Asia, with tighter capacity expected on the West Coast through November, while East and Gulf Coast remain open for new bookings. The Gemini Alliance is working to improve punctuality by reducing port calls, and one will enhance East Coast connectivity by adding Jacksonville to its EC2 route in 2025. Additionally, Yang Ming will launch 2 new routes in Europe in January, while CMA temporarily halts IPI cargo to Los Angeles due to rail congestion challenges. A general rate increase is scheduled for November 15, 2024, potentially affecting shipping costs. Carriers are expected to adjust pricing as space remains tight on the West Coast, while East Coast rates may stay more stable. Asian ports are mostly operating smoothly, with minimal delays, except Fuzhou, which is experiencing a significant 9-day backlog. In the U.S., congestion is more pronounced at key locations, with Savannah facing a 9-day delay and Chicago and Miami reporting 7-day waiting times. Other major ports, such as New York and Houston, have moderate delays, but overall operations remain stable across the network. A 12-hour strike took place on October 22 as dock workers across 32 Brazilian ports protested proposed changes to the 2013 ports law, which threatens labor rights through outsourcing. The strike, backed by international unions, aims to protect workers' safety and fair employment practices amid concerns about operational risks at ports. Shipping on north-south trade lanes is facing significant delays as disruptions from the early October strikes at U.S. ports ripple through South American ports, particularly in Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. Delays at the Port of Santos are escalating as vessels from the U.S. struggle with disrupted schedules impacting cargo flow. Antwerp Bruges increased its container market share to 30.7%, handling 10.15 million TEUs in the first 9 months of 2024. A 12.3% growth in Q3 throughput has solidified the port's position as a leading logistics hub, despite declines in other cargo segments. Demand for air freight is rising as companies seek alternatives to U.S. port disruptions, but limited capacity is causing logistical challenges. Strong e-commerce demand from Trans-Pacific and Asia-Europe markets is tightening available space as carriers shift resources to meet increased Asian demand. And that concludes our update on the global supply chain. Thank you for joining us. We will continue to monitor these developments and keep you informed. You can follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube for more supply chain related updates.